All right, if there's one thing that you have to do today, you have to watch this full video. The bad Mama Jama behind me, super excited to bring to you Grand Design Lineage, the 31ZW on this Super C chassis. I'm Mikey B with Beckley's RVs. Let's get into it. All right, I don't care whether you wear a Chevy hat, a Dodge hat, or a Ford hat. You're gonna wanna get behind the wheel of this Ford F600 chassis. And that's a whole nother video on just what this chassis is all about. But again, if you drive it, you're gonna be wearing the Ford hat. But enough of me. Let's talk about this chassis. So we're gonna have an F600 chassis that has a lot of capacities, a lot of power behind that power stroke, and the suspension, something that Grand Design does that I don't think anybody else does. They have the Fox BDS suspension on this thing. So it's a big Mama Jama chassis that's gonna ride like your sedan. So again, come out and drive it. But all that capacity is also matched with the capabilities. Other than the overall towing, the weight capacities that you can put in here, it also is capable of getting on some trails. It's a 4x4 drive line. So again, man, this thing is one bad Mama Jama. Getting into the aesthetics, look at this coach. It is a beautiful looking coach. I'd say it's like what, like a kind of a slate, kind of gray putty color. Man, this thing pulls up in your driveway and it's gonna be sitting there. You're gonna do a head turn every time you go in and out of your house. We're gonna have an awesome patio time with a nice power Girard awning matched with our outside TV and our Rockford Fosgate music and whatever you want to call it. As I mentioned, a lot of capacity on this thing. We're gonna have some really big storage doors that we can throw a ton of stuff in. They're all this cast plastic with drain plugs, so it makes Sunday afternoon cleanup real easy. Each one, I also love the fact that it's a side swinging door. You're gonna see on the other side with the slide out, it's a little cumbersome to get to, but not with these side swinging doors. We can easily access them still. Big freshwater tank behind this one. This goes up underneath the bed. Again, you just got that width, that depth, and the height to throw some big baggage items in there. We're gonna have our propane hookups. Another storage at the end of the chassis here. And the bad Mama Jama capacities continue. Look at that hitch. The towing capacity is phenomenal. Make sure you hit our website and check out all the specs, including the towing capacity. We have our backup camera as well, so we can make sure we can check on whatever we're towing, or more importantly, as we're backing up into that campground. It is equipped with a 50 amp cord and a cord reel. So again, cleanup time on Sunday is gonna be super easy. All your water hookups, sewer hookups, we've got nice indication or naming stickers there so you don't accidentally do the wrong black tank, gray tank mishap at the campground. And as I mentioned, the side swinging doors. When your slide is out, this is what is great about this style door. We can open it up. It's not a head knocker any further than the slide itself. But again, we have a ton of storage that we can access, even a little bit of pass-through. So if we have that folding table or maybe that long umbrella or you know, fishing rods, things like that, this is a great area to stow those items. Some more storage there, but I definitely have to finish up and hit with this. 8,000 watt generator. Are you kidding me? That's enormous. We typically don't find that big of a generator until we get into the big 40, 45 foot coaches. So again, the bad Mama Jama continues with this awesome floor plan. Again, Grand Design Lineage 31ZW. All right, an awesome floor plan inside. And again, the aesthetic or just the look of it is superior. I love this coach, not only driving it, but the look of it and camping in it. And when you come inside the door, you're gonna have all those awesome controls like the lighting and everything that Grand Design has really done to elevate this awesome floor plan. We're gonna have our controls at the bottom to start with. Of course, your battery disconnect, multiplex wiring, which is really cool. It allows you to control a lot of different lights from a lot of different locations. At the top, we're still gonna have our lighting and all our controls on this nice panel here that will have whatever we need to check on at any time, run your slides out, etc. And again, another head unit for the Rockford Fosgate. So want to control your music from inside or outside, you can definitely do it with this floor plan. Up front, of course, again, the driver passenger seat, that cab area, you got to sit in it. It is super comfortable. And despite this big box behind you, there's a lot of visibility, again, as I mentioned, on the outside, the backup camera, as well as side cameras, and those big standing wide mirrors that you have. Up front here above that, you're going to have your nice little nook that you can maybe crash an extra person in here if you need. Obviously, this fills in the void. We're gonna have our ladder to access this in case it's a little kiddo that needs to get to it, or maybe grandma or grandpa that just need a little boost to get up in there. This shade comes down, so if we need some privacy or to knock out the light, we can lower this down and take care of that. But it's just a cool little touch that Grand Design has thrown into this. All right, next to the door, when you come in, immediately to your left is going to be your kitchen. A lot of cool space here. The cabinets, the countertop, everything's just finished off with a nice residential feel. But I love the fact that, again, I'm all about storage, but more importantly, I don't want my storage items flying around. They have a nice little locking mechanism to their doors and their drawers to just give that little extra security. We do have a counter extension that we can bring up in case we just need a little bit more prep area. And this kitchen's sink is one of those newer sinks. So we've got a cutting board that we'll be able to drop in there, a little washboard. But I love the little the cup wash as well, just to keep that real quick for cleanup time. Moving into the cooking appliances, we've got our Furrion stovetop oven. Nice big oven that we can get plenty of little cookie sheets in there to get breakfast or things like that. We've got matched with a 3-burner stovetop. Got a nice big one in the front in case it's especially today a little chilly. I'm going to be making my chili on top. And if, of course, you need to finish anything off, or maybe just do some reheats, we have our microwave convection at the top. Grand Design does an awesome job, again, maximizing space, just even like behind this TV here. We've got some extra storage to throw some, maybe that might be my spice rack, or just some of those oils and vinegars and all those extra little things that you may need just to touch off that really awesome meal. We're gonna have our 12-volt refrigerator freezer here. Nice size to be able to get a long vacation's worth of food in there. And of course your slide out freezer drawer. And if you're gonna have all these awesome meals, you're gonna need a big pantry. So you got a couple shelves, you got a nice big drawer there. You can definitely throw plenty of stuff inside. All right, moving into the living area, we've got a big slide out here that has our recliners and our table. So you guys can see perhaps all this floor space. So if we're getting caught with a rainy day or a cold day, we can still entertain in here and have everybody comfortable, if you will. We do have, on these are your recliners here that are opposite of that TV that we can kick out. Enjoy a nice movie, maybe catch up on that news or weather in the morning as we're sipping our cup of coffee. Cup holders, vital. All right, and then you saw in the beginning of the video, we had a little nook or a little bed area for the kiddos or anybody that needs to crash. So your 4-person dinette not only has enough space for 4 people during the day, but this also doubles up in case you need it for an extra sleeping space. But before we get into that, you can see a nice matching tabletop to the countertop. So it just really elevates that appearance, that look. And man, it just feels like home. Got a couple more cup holders just in case we need to bring our tasty beverage to dinner, or maybe throw that tumbler full of that latte in the morning. All right, setting into a bed, we're going to probably the easiest, quickest way is to move these out of the way. It's supposed to drop down here, but I noticed just maybe it's new. Dropping the table down just catches those cushions. So I didn't really take the time to squeeze the cushions in, but you guys can see I'm 6'1", I'm corner to corner. So if you're gonna squeeze one, maybe two on here, gonna have to have some kiddos on here, or if an adult of my height, gonna need corner to corner, maybe even having your feet hang off. So again, just in a jam, you have just that backup sleeping area. All right, let's get this set up before we move on. Gosh, the static in my pants now from sitting on these cushions. All right, voila. And there is also additional seat belts. So in case you got some of the small infants or kiddos that are coming with you, you can have them safely strapped. Underneath the booth, we've got some more drawer space. And when I say more drawer space, my gosh, that's more. Look how big and long that is. So definitely can throw a lot of items in there if we need. Moving into the bedroom, before you get to the actual bedroom, this one is equipped, if I can get it open here, with not only a washer, but also a dryer. So you taking those long trips, we can definitely get some of our must needed items, if we're running short, washed up and taken care of while we're on the road or perhaps at that campground. Getting into the bedroom is a really nice bedroom. This is on a slide out, so you'll see when the slide comes in, we do need to fold up this mattress so we can make sure it gets in. But definitely mom and dad, the two of us, we're gonna be in here having a nice, just enjoy a nice sleep during the camping weekends. We do have a TV on the opposite wall, so I know what that's gonna be at night. We're gonna have our Family Feud on, or perhaps a Golden Girls. That one's for you, Kimberly. Opposite, or I shouldn't say adjacent to that, we're gonna have a big wardrobe space. We got both doors open. We can see how much clothing item that we can hang there. And as well as a couple drawers here. This has got a cool little just kind of hidden storage. I don't know if John can get in there. So we have a little piece of wood that kind of just throws maybe a little security to that drawer if you have something valuable. All right, lastly, we jumping into this bathroom. It is a really beautiful bathroom. Well lit, we have a window, got a fan, a lot of lights so we can have our toiletries out, medicine cabinet to throw some of those items and keep it out of the way. A couple drawers down here at the bottom. And I'm a glutton for a good shower. We've got plenty of space, plenty of head height, even some accent lighting. And check out the shower head, man, this is awesome. This is better than probably what I have at my house. We can control the flow, it's handheld, nice little soap rack there that we can keep shampoo, things like that. So, man, I don't know about you guys, but I love this floor plan. Again, 2026 Grand Design Lineage 31ZW. All right, so full confession, I'm a bit of a motorhead. I love this chassis. Again, it's an F600. But before we get into the dash and all that fun stuff, I have to just point out, check out this little safe that's at the headrest. I think this is genius. Just a nice little touch to throw some of those security items that you need to keep out of sight, out of other hands. Anyway, when we're sitting at this driver's seat, man, everything is so ergonomically laid out. I love the visibility of all the gauges. We have a lot of steering controls here at our fingertips. Of course, all our lighting, all our climate control stuff. And then we're going to have two screens. Of course, we have our forward screen here that's going to give us a lot of the main components, but also the rear view screen. So that way I can check on things that I'm backing in, hopefully not backing into. Or we do have side cameras. So as you can see, we can turn the right or left cameras on when we turn our turn signal on. So doing those aggressive lane changes in this big bad mamma jamma, we'll be able to have full visibility. And far as the specs, again, here comes Mikey B in the motorhead specs, this thing is 330 horsepower, but almost 1,000 pounds of torque. And when we're talking motorhomes and towing, you want to really hone in on the torque. Having 950 pounds of torque not only gets this 22,000 pound chassis up and moving, or keep moving and getting those hill climbs, but we have almost 15,000 pounds of towing. So if you got those big car trailers, maybe a big boat, or just something heavy that you need to tow, again, this chassis, this motorhome needs to be on your radar. It's matched with the 10-speed transmission. So as we get that big engine, big pieces moving down the road, it's not going to be doing those gear hunting moments when you're going into those high elevations or steep hill climbs. Got a lot of mid gear to not only keep that power moving under to those wheels, but also to keep those MPGs up the best that we can when we are towing a lot of weight behind us. So I said it 20 million times, and I'm gonna say it one more time. You gotta come out to Beckley's, get in this driver's seat, and take it for a spin. Again, it's F600, F600 chassis, 4x4 with the Fox BDS that's only done on this Grand Design coach. So can you see this coach sitting in your driveway? I know I can. Give us a thumbs up if you like it. Love to hear your first impressions, or if you got any answers. I know there's a ton of stuff that we didn't get a chance to cover today. Love to get some answers back out to you. And everybody, show us some love. Smash that subscribe button. I'm Mikey B with Beckley's RVs. We'll see you at the campsites.